Fuck yeah. Skakel back in business, baby. Sorry, we had to take care of some business.
It's Earl Skakel live with your host, Earl Skakel.
With your host, Vinny Boombox.
Featuring some guy reporting live from Skid Row. Earl Skakel is filmed before a live Earlverse audience. Earl Skakel is filmed before a non-live Lois. No flash photography.
Let's roast.
All hecklers and trolls will be removed, violated, defrocked, expunged, and otherwise harmed and made an example of. It's Earl Skakel live, and now here's your host, Earl Skakel.
Fuck yeah, Skakel's back in the house. Buddhist priest is in the house. So sorry about that. I just had to do some cleanup on something, and we're back. Such is life in the Earl Skakel. Thunderstruck. Yeah, I did try some new jokes. Crowd was a bit tired. To be honest with you, was it the greatest set ever? It was not, but it was a good set. A fat toast. Baby doll, I need a little more than $10 to, be shirtless. But because you're a good man, let me see what I can do for you. And you also get the ray gun, actually for $10. Actually, dude, my shoulder hurts, to be honest with you. Can we do it another time, baby doll? But I tell you what, not only do you get the green ray gun, we're also, just for you, going to debut a new song, courtesy of Buddhist priests, right now. Right now. I am up. Here we go. A fat toast. This is for you, baby. What up, Amy? This is for a fat toast. I was not going to do this today. I am not a comedian. I'm a performer. It's a big difference. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Thank you very much, you fat toast. Got that bass. What up, Mac Ryan in the house? Hold on. Frank, damn, that's a long thing to read. With the free chat be popping like it is. Earl, say I owned a small business and a competitor went under. I could claim they had the wrong products or high prices, but it just might be location or other things they couldn't control. What's most important is I wouldn't assume my way is the right way and couldn't care if they claimed to be good at business. Well, I don't know what you're asking, to be honest with you. I mean, let me say this much. there's a bar down the street from me that is a very hard charging bar. I mean, you're talking career alcoholics go to this bar and drink 7 nights a week. And right next door to it was a Five Guys burger place, which is known for their kind of cheap burgers that, go down easy with booze. Tons of foot traffic. They went out of business in like under a year. There's no way a burger joint should go out of business right next door to a bar, just on the fry sales alone. So, like, my number one thing as a businessman is visibility. That's my thing. You got to see the business to know it's there. I mean, Frank, I'm beginning to think either you're stuttering John or, like, I'll still talk about it with you, but John took the money. He should have done 35 minutes. That's barely feature time. Now, if John said, hey, give me $100 for the 8 minutes, I got no problem with that. And that crowd wasn't that tough, to be brutally honest with you. It wasn't. And that's what happens, though, when you talk a big game. I mean, and keep in mind, I'll repeat this once again, because sometimes I don't think you listen to me. I don't know John. I've done one show with him. It was at the Comedy Store. He was the only non-paid regular on the lineup. It was a tribute for Robert Schimmel. And, see, but you're putting words into my mouth. That was a manageable crowd. Yeah, it was a tough crowd. I'd play tougher. And that's not to make this about me. That was a crowd that deep down wanted to laugh. Yeah, they were giving John shit. But if he would have stayed in the pocket, I mean, it was just a mistake to do the arrest report. It's a 12-year-old joke. And I think you seem to be a comedy fan. I think you would agree with me on this. Or maybe you wouldn't. But I can assure you, as a stand-up comic, the longer the setup, the bigger the payoff has to be. So there was no payoff for that joke. I mean, Cumia read the report dozens of times 12 years ago. Many other people read the report on their podcast streams, radio shows. So there was no, like, swerve John could have done to go, oh, my God, I didn't know that, It just wasn't funny, ultimately. I mean, comedy is subjective, but I don't think anyone will argue that that wasn't funny. And, there's a lot of blame to go around. The club was underprepared. You just have to have a strong work ethic. I can assure you Jordan cared about that. That's just factually inaccurate. My whole point is, when you talk a big game, you got to back it up. You don't walk off stage after 8 minutes. I mean, every single stream I've ever heard John on, he talks about what a great comic he is. I'm the man, I'm the guy from The Tonight Show, I'm the guy from Howard Stern, I'm a great comic. No great comic would have walked off after 8 minutes. You seem like so in love with John that you can't even consider the fact that what he did was wrong. So I don't know how much more we can talk about this. He took $400 to do 35 minutes. He did 7. If you think that's what a good comic does, then, I don't know what to tell you. A fat toast, $1. Thank you very much, my friend. Well, you can't say you don't care because you don't know Michael Jordan. And I know people, I don't know Michael Jordan, but I know friends of mine who do know him say he's the most competitive person on planet Earth. And one friend in particular, because it's reminding me of what you just said, that he didn't care about Gary Payton. He took notes on everybody, mental notes, not actual physical notes. So I can assure you he cared about what Gary Payton was saying. So every time he played against Gary Payton, he would go off on him. In terms of John, I don't care about John. I really don't. Like I said, I did one show with him. Nice enough guy. And, I don't like or dislike him. So, and there was a lot of blame to go around. I'm not just blaming John. I mean, the club was inadequately staffed. The host, I would never hire again. The host lost complete control of the room early. The guy who went on before John walked off after 3 minutes. That's inexcusable. And, I'll just say this. If I was the club owner, John would not have gotten paid. I would have gone down to the green room and said, you either get back up there and do your time or you don't get paid. I mean, dude, you're not, trust me, Jordan cared. That's crazy to say that. As competitive as Michael Jordan was, I mean, he got into fights on the golf course. You don't think he cared about a certain player saying, I'm the man? And my whole point in saying that is that, when you talk a big game, and I'm not just saying John, anybody, you got to back it up. Like if you heard me on this stream right now say, I'm the man, I'm a great comic, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then when you saw me in front of a tough crowd and I was like, fuck this, and walk off after 8 minutes, would you think I'm the man? So I'm not a hater at all. I don't, Rodney's did not affect my life one way or the other. Whether John bombed or killed, my life the next day is exactly the same. So, that's, I don't know how much more we can talk about it. There was a show at a comedy club 3 weeks ago where, it was a wild crowd. The headliner walked off after 8 minutes. He was supposed to do 35 to 40 minutes. And people are very divided on what the right course of action was. So, what up, liquors? I don't want to hear a joke. But, I get a lot of people in here saying, Earl, you're supposed to be a stand-up comic. Why don't you tell a joke? Well, here's what I'm going to do. I put my money where my mouth is. What I'm going to do is show you a recent set from the Comedy Store, a club. Well, if you tell one, you will be put in timeout. This is just a hang, bro. Matthew, this is not a stand-up comedy. I'm a stand-up comic, but this is not. I'm like a bartender right now to you guys. And, you are the patrons. Now, a fat toast has already tipped me. Thank you very much. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, I'm talking about stuttering John Melendez. And you either love the guy or you hate the guy. I myself, I'm neither. I don't love or hate someone I don't know. And like I said, I've done one show with him at the Comedy Store. He was all right. I mean, it There's a bunch of paid regulars and John. I think John was on it because he had known Robert Schimmel. The others were asked to do it because we're all paid regulars. And that's my only interaction with the guy. So here's the set from last Monday, a week ago, last Monday. And you guys can judge for yourselves if I'm funny or not. And we'll come back in 9 minutes. And you guys, Joe DeRosa is like a mongoloid version of me. Thank you very much. So here we go. This is the proof that I'm funny, or maybe to some of you, it's the proof I'm not funny. I feel like the guy who goes on last in a gangbang movie right now. Don't get me wrong, I'm glad I'm in the movie. I just wish I went on earlier. I mean, this show's been going on so long. Who booked it? Tony Khan? It's for one corner of the room, so it's great to hear the hum of the air conditioning units. You got an Austin 316? Yeah. I was at Hulk Hogan's funeral. I was invited to Hulk Hogan's funeral, and I thought that Hulk Hogan's family missed out on a tremendous opportunity for one last angle. And that's when they were lowering Hulk Hogan's body into the ground. If all the lights went out, and then the Undertaker's music hit. You guys got it. The marks in the back over there get it. Hulk Hogan had a sex tape. That's fucking nuts. Ironically, it was just like his in-ring wrestling. 2 moves and a shitty finish. That's not the worst joke that's been told on this stage tonight. Trust me, I'll get in the room. And when he came, called the girl brother. You know, I'm going to do a joke right now that might lose the room. In some ways, you can't lose the room you never had in the first place. You guys think Jared from Subway was set up by Quiznos? Someone yelled out once, "Hey, that's too soon." And I don't think any joke is too soon. I was doing 9/11 jokes before the second plane hit the tower. Does anyone have a gun in here right now? I've lived a good life. Stone Cold gets it. I know you're a mark. You probably thought Kane and The Undertaker were real brothers. I did. I had no idea. I thought Kamala was from Uganda. Who knew? I was from Philadelphia. Who gives a fuck? Saw a bumper sticker out there that said, "What country would Jesus bomb?" I mean, I'm gonna guess Israel. We put them up there. Like a Stone Cold shirt. Happy 316 Day. Means nothing to anyone in this room other than 2 guys right here. I knew this would be a weird show tonight because, by the way, I was bald when this show started. Holy fuck. I think there's a trios match happening after this. By the way, God came to me 25 years ago. He said, "Earl, you're very funny. You should be a comic." I said to God, "How will I know when to quit?"
God's coming to me right now. I'm on 5 TV shows right now. I don't need this shit. Last thing I want to do is give a wrestling fan mouth to mouth. I was on an AEW show last night, and man, let me tell you, I've never felt so attractive in my life. The second best looking guy in the room, and third best looking girl in the crowd. I got kicked out of WrestleMania a few years ago. Now you might think, how the hell do you get kicked out of WrestleMania? Well, I was performing one night here, and it was packed, just like it was now, and I go back, WWE executive comes to me and says, hey, you're really funny, I like the jokes. You want to go to WrestleMania tomorrow? I'm like, yeah. He's like, how many tickets do you want? I'm like, just one. So you don't have any friends? I'm like, I got a lot of friends, but sorry, you know, they're not into wrestling like I am. So it's like, dude, you're so funny, I'm gonna set you up backstage passes, you know, you can meet all your favorite wrestlers. He's like, who's your favorite wrestler? I'm like, oh, they all work for another company. So just, Corner gets it. So he sets me up, VIP, I walk in, oh, Mr. Skakel, everyone's like, oh my God, Earl, you were so funny last night. And then I start to notice I'm sitting in a section that's all kids. Like all kids, like hundreds of kids, and they're a little slow. Apparently I got sat in the John Cena section. So I sit down, they put me in a handicap seat. I'm fucking loving it. A lot of leg room. I mean, WrestleMania is really amazing. I mean, you guys have been there. I know you guys will be in Vegas. And it's just, it's a spectacle. It's just the pageantry, and you know, the wrestlers come out, and they have this black dude, almost 7'4", 400 pounds. I couldn't take my eyes off his dick. He was just like unbelievable. And then this kid starts tugging on my shoulder. Now WrestleMania is a long fucking show. It's like 7 hours, both nights. This kid's tugging on my shirt like every fucking match. Who do you think I'll win? Who do you think I'll win? I'm like, where the fucking writers want, kid? And I was asked to vacate my section. I only wanted to see one match, the last match was Cody Rhodes. I was watching the parking lot. I mean, I'm a great guy. Like, I don't know why I have so much trouble in life. I was recently kicked off of Bumble, and you might think, well, how the hell do you get kicked off of Bumble? You know, that life comes more welcome than a Powerball ticket. How's the pizza? Can I give it a try? I'm Jewish, I'll eat it in the back. So a lot of people go, Earl, how do you get kicked off a Bumble? It's just like everyone's there to get laid. Well, I was there to get laid myself, so I didn't put a face picture, I didn't put a body picture. And I got a great body for a guy in my mid-50s. I mean, I'm fucking no Roy's, no, you know, I don't look like Triple H, you know, with the fucking pecs falling off and I'm the real fucking deal. So I decided I'm just gonna put my dick pic up as my profile picture. Well, guys, I just want to say, I've been up here for now about 7 minutes, something like that. And I want you guys to know, and I mean this from my heart, if I'm ever given 7, 8 minutes to live, I'm given a terminal disease and the doctor says, Earl, you have 8 minutes to live, I want to come back here and do comedy to you guys. Not because I'm enjoying this, but you guys have made this 10 minutes feel like 78 fucking years.
Ho! 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 that's my comedy. And, if you like it, great. And if you don't, leave the stream. I don't mean to be a dick, but, it's not wrong of me at all. And um, I never compared myself to John. That wasn't the point of showing you the video, Frank. And I completely disagree with you that it was an unwinnable situation. He could have stayed up there, done the greatest hits, and everyone walks away happy. He could have roasted Kumi a little bit, roasted Kevin Brennan, roasted a few other people, do a joke, maybe a couple minutes of roasting, and the crowd walks away happy. But to simply walk off stage after 8 minutes, because everything wasn't set up for you exactly. I've never walked off stage in 25 years, ever. And I've faced crowds equal to that or worse in terms of the anger or whatever, the vitriol that was in the room. And I know you discounted my my example of going on after Dave Chappelle in a black room. Chappelle is arguably the greatest comic of all time. I mean, most people would say that. Not everyone, but, most people. Now, that's just to regular comedy fans. To black comedy fans, Chappelle is way more than a comic. He's a god. So the last thing that crowd wanted to see when I walked out there was a white comic they'd never heard of before. They were throwing shit at me. It was showtime at the Apollo via the Comedy Store. And you know what? I went right to the front of the stage. I told my first joke with confidence, and I kicked ass that night. It's probably the best set I've ever had. Not because I'm so funny, but because I gave the crowd an effort. That's all I'm asking John to do. Reading the arrest report was such a miss. It's a 12-year-old joke. There's no payoff. Zero payoff. And, there's plenty of blame to go around. Tommy Jordan was wrong for going on stage. The club was wrong for inadequate security. The host was completely green and not ready for that show. I guess Jimmy Palumbo, who I don't know at all, he did 3 minutes and walked off. He would never work my club again. So, because I think that was the part of the problem, Frank, is that, if there's a payoff there that nobody sees, the crowd's going to dig the joke. Were there some people there to heckle John? Sure. But I think most wanted to see a good show. And, I think, now I wasn't there, obviously, but, from what I understand, Kiki did not have a great set. That probably got the crowd a little angry, or not angry, but like a little riled up. But, in some weird ways, now I want you to listen to me before you say anything. In some ways, I think Tommy did John a favor from the standpoint of, I was on a show with Ava, Clowntown on Saturday night. She said, unless I misunderstood her, the original plan was for John to read the whole arrest report. It was timed out for laughters and heckles, and it would have taken 35 minutes with no payoff. So, we'll probably never agree on this. Yeah, but a lot of those people, if you watch that tape again, when John walks on stage, a lot of people stood up and gave him an applause break. My point is, and it's impossible to sit there and say half the crowd didn't like him, half the crowd hated him, half the crowd loved him. I still think it was a winnable crowd. John put in zero effort and still took the money. That's a huge thing for me. So I realize you're not a comic, so you probably don't look at it like that. But if you owned a comedy club or you had a comedy night. He said, Earl, the deal is we're going to give you $500 for 45 minutes. And I got up there and I got heckled or something went wrong early, and I just walked off, and I still took the $500. Come on, man. What up, Spurg Snake in the house? So I think, I just don't think I would not have read the arrest report at all. I mean, I hate to keep repeating myself. I don't know who Damon Darling is, to be honest with you. I'm assuming he's a comic, but, if it makes you feel any better, I'm sure Damon Darling doesn't know who I am either. It's just, there's, like, I've got long jokes. Not many, but I've got long jokes. I mean, I disagree that the night was legendary. I couldn't disagree with you anymore. I mean, it was a clusterfuck in the way you watch a reality TV show. I'll give you that. And it put wrong eyes on the club. Like, if I'm a comic, I don't want to play Rodney's. I mean, I just wouldn't want to play it. But, if I go to New York, I play the Stand, because the Stand is, I think the Stand is the best club in New York. Now, I know old schoolers, like the Cellar, but I think the Stand, I played the Stand. Well, of course the owner's going to say that, but I have a feeling that when 17 people walked out on their tabs, I don't know. I would guess they lost money. No, I don't know. I'm guessing. $2,500 was paid out to the comics, which to me, like, I'd pay Kiki because she did her time. I guess I'd pay the host, even though he was horrible. So that's, $2,500 out the door right there. You had to pay security. They said they had 2 security people. So they probably made, $200 each. So that's around $3,000. And 17 people walked out on their tabs. So that's probably, 2 drink minimum. I don't know how much the drinks are there. They lost probably, I'm going to assume, $4,000. So if they made money, they did not sell $6,000 or $7,000 worth of tickets. So, I mean, I would not believe the club owner, to be frank. But, I wasn't there, so... but, if, the people I feel bad for, the 30 people who walked in not knowing who Stuttering John is, and hey, well, let's go to a comedy show, and then they were like, what the fuck is this? I mean, you see the host who's bad, Kiki's bombing, purportedly, I don't know if she bombed or not, I wasn't there. The feature act, Jimmy Palumbo, leaves after 3 minutes. If I was a paying customer who did not know anything about the Dabbleverse, I would want my money back. So, well, it does have something to do with John, because John left the stage 30 minutes before. I mean, you don't seem to want to blame John at all. Like, John walked out on his time. He gets the blame there. So, no, I just literally spent the last 10 minutes telling you who else was to blame. But you seem to want to do the opposite of John did nothing wrong. That's crazy to me. John walked out and, on a 35 to 40 minute set, he did 8 minutes. That's inexcusable. And I've seen a similar situation where Nick Swartzen opened up for Screech, and Nick killed for 20 minutes. I mean, you take a headliner who's used to doing an hour like Nick, and you have them do 20 minutes because Screech was the more famous name. So Screech is going to open. Screech is going to headline over Swartzen at that time. And Screech couldn't follow it. He literally walked off after 10 minutes, and I saw the club owner go up to Screech and go, "You're not getting paid unless you go back up there." And of course, he went back up there and bombed for an hour, but he did the time. If I'm Rodney's, I go down in the green room and I say to John, "You've been drinking our free beer all night. You've been paid $400 to do 35 minutes or whatever. I think it was 35 or 40 minutes. You're not getting paid until you do those 40 minutes. You owe us 32 more minutes." So, well, I mean, I can't tell you what's a good night for you and what's a good night for me. I can tell you we're just opposite thinkers in that regard. If I paid, now I don't know how much the tickets were, 30 bucks, 40 bucks. If I paid 40 bucks for a ticket and I saw the host lose complete control of the room, I saw one comic bomb completely, I saw the feature act do 3 minutes and leave, I saw the headliner walk off after 8 minutes, that's not a good night to me. Now, I can't say what's a good night for you. Maybe you like reality TV. I like reality TV myself. You know, I watch reality TV for the clusterfuck aspect of the show, but, you know, we're just never going to agree on this. So, you know, how do I lie so deeply? I'm not lying about anything. I think we're getting the trolls in this. So, you know, whenever we get trolls in here, I actually have a song for the trolls, courtesy of the great Buddhist priest. Here we go. I said, here we go.
You know, we've had a lot of trolls in here talking shit, trying to make me feel bad. You're not funny. Put your shirt on. Just know that you trolls, you anonymous fools. Fake names, no photos, because you got a face that can make a train take a dirt road. You might be next, but you'll never be first. There's not a day that ends in Y, where I wish I was you guys.
Come on now, clap your hands.
Most of you got the complexion of Edward James Olmos. You have nothing in life I want. I'm Earl Skakel, 6'1", 205 pounds of twisted steel and sex appeal. Always sweet, never sour.
This is for the trolls.
Man of the hour. There ain't a day that ends in Y.
Well, we're not talking about those other times. We're talking about this one specific time. So, you know, I don't know what to tell you, bro. Like, you know, you seem to be locked in on your position, and as a 25-year comic, I'm definitely locked in on my position. Because you have to understand, well, you don't have to understand anything, I suppose, but, you know, I've done every gig that was on that show at Rodney's. I've done the cold open, which is the guy or girl who goes on before the host. It's called biting the bullet, so the host doesn't have to. I've been the host. I've been the comic who goes on after the host. I've been the comic who goes on before the feature. I've been the comic who's the feature. I've been the comic who goes on between the feature and the headliner. I've been the headliner. And like the Chappelle incident, I've gone on sometimes after the headliner. Now, I've never owned a club, but I've run comedy shows. It's not, you know, so I'm technically the owner for that night. And I don't think anyone wins from that show at Rodney's. The club loses, John loses, the other comics on the show lose. You know, the wait staff, you know, they lose out on money. So I literally, Dustin just played a 9-minute comedy clip. So no thank you. And how about saying please? The fuck? So Earl Skakel in the house. We're just a family, nice stream here. And here is Well, I talked to the trolls, but see, I can't win, Kip, because if I talk to the trolls, it's like, well, they go, they got you. You're giving them your attention. But then if I don't talk to the trolls, there you go, they're getting you because we know you see it. So I mean, I watched that very same clip tonight, actually, Frank. And I don't judge. Let me say this: me personally, because I've done hundreds of those bar gigs. Trust me on that one. You know, I don't judge anyone off a bar gig. I don't. Um, you know, I would hate it if someone judged my Hackamania set. So I don't. I think it was wrong they recorded Chad. I don't think any performer should be recorded without their consent. But be that as it may, they recorded him. That was a shitty bar gig. So I don't. I love RJ City, for the record. So I don't judge anyone on a bar gig. You know. So there's that. You're a good mod, Buddha. Buddha is a good mod. I have great mods. I mean, some of the mods get a little too, it's hard to get everyone to get along. And, I don't know of all the feuds. This is not a Dabbleverse stream, but, there's some crossover. So I don't know if there's a Dabbleverse feud that gets brought in here. I have no fucking idea. So I don't really, I try and just have everyone be cool and get along in here, but that's probably why I also only have 21 people in my stream. As Kevin Brennan once told me, there's no money in nice. But I'm also not doing this for money. By the way, shout out to A Fat Toast for the 2 super chats. I appreciate it. Well, let me tell you something, Dustin. When your name is on the wall at the Comedy Store and you have multiple television credits like I do, then you can write jokes for me. So I love Kip. Kip is my, yes, writing for me does not pay well. That is a fact, Jack. Yeah, Buddha Spirit, now I've got the mods roasting each other. We're friendly streaming here, babies. So, I don't know who's live right now. And we're not promoting someone else's YouTube channel in here. Jesus Christ, man. I've got enough problems keeping an audience. Now you guys want to fucking promote someone else's channel in here. The fuck? You guys are out of control, man. Completely out of control. So, yeah, it is a first. That is a first. So I got a sword you can choose. Spurge Snake in the house. I did watch that, Spurge Snake. Your Chad set, and I still, I love you, baby, but I don't think a performer should be taped without their consent. But be that as it may, I think that it was fine for a bar set. I absolutely would not critique anyone. You could put Jerry Seinfeld in that fucking bar show and it's over. Oh, Frank, listen, I don't want everyone in here to agree with me. We probably will never agree about Rodney's, and that's okay, I look at Rodney's with a very even keel. Like I said, I don't like John, I don't dislike John. I actually take names out of it and go, okay, headliner A, blah, 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 blah. And I think, listen, I've watched the clip a lot. And, the fact that we're still talking about it 3 weeks later, I mean, it's a very interesting scenario that happened, and I think I'm providing probably the most level-headed response because I don't really care about anyone in the video. Like, I don't like or dislike anyone. I mean, I know Kevin, but I've never even met Kevin in person. Um, so, yeah, I mean, in terms of Chad's set, let's pivot to that. And thank you for the kind words, Frank. I've done who knows how many bar shows I've done in 25 years of comedy. Oh shit, Nasty Neil's in the house. We're getting some real Dabbleverse all stars in here. What up, Nasty Neil? Those bar shows are the fucking worst. Half the people aren't there. There's dark, I think you said there was dart games in the back, and I'm assuming TVs were on. Like, they're not there for the comedy. Most of them weren't. They're there to fucking drink and probably do drugs in the bathroom. Oh, that's cool, Nasty. Yeah, listen, you guys, I want you all to get along, but I realize this is an internet stream, and you know, we're all keyboard warriors to an extent, so there's a certain amount of gravitas, but because there's no blowback. Well, I could just tell by the audio. I mean, at full disclosure, I was listening to it. Um, are you even tough though? I mean, not really. I mean, I'm 57. I'm not really picking fights with people at this point in my life. Although I did get into a little scruffle last week playing hockey. But nothing too bad. Yeah, I mean, it's all fun. I mean, I love talking comedy. I think it's I've always tried to talk about comedy versus Dabbleverse stuff. And, I mean, comedy is fucking awesome. So I try and give you guys a comic's perspective on things. Because you guys as fans or comedy voyeurs, comedy is subjective. So, I've had people watch my first roast battle on TV with Jesse Joyce, and some people think Jesse won. When, if you were in the room, that was a Mike Tyson knockout. But, some people still think Jesse won. Some people think I beat Jimmy Carr. Some people don't think I beat Jimmy Carr. So who's right? Who's wrong? I don't know. Earl Skakel in the house. Please hit the like and subscribe button. We're just a small, friendly stream here that relies on the likes and the subscriptions to grow the channel to great heights. Wait, let me read this out loud, Dustin, because I'm not sure what you're saying. It's so funny to see someone talk shit about you, then someone tells you they are doing a show with you, even to go so far as to say they open for you when they try to stay in the Gym G. I don't know what you just said, Dustin. Now I got enough mods, baby. I got enough mods. So, Dustin, if you want to reword that, I would appreciate it, because now maybe it is, I'm a little tired. It is 12:15 my time, but I have no idea what you just said. Yes, you know what breaks my heart even more, to be honest? Oh, shit. We got Permaseal finishing in, that is definitely a requirement. Who did I rip? Who did I rip as a comic? I didn't rip out one person. Permaseal Finishing, $9.99. F the like button. How about some appreciation cash? So Dustin, I believe you are a troll. What comic did I just rip? Please tell me. Yeah, I would say that's an understatement, Jenna, about a bad landing. See, I talk to the trolls. I try and be. Frank. I mean, I keep it real. I mean, I'm honest Earl, and I'm starting to learn that Seth Rogen voted for me in Roast Battle in Montreal against Jimmy Carr. Thank you very much. I believe the earth is round. Come on now, let's all get along. I don't ask you guys for much. This is a song off the new Earl Skakel Buddhist Priest collaboration album, available on all streaming platforms. Thank you very much. Now, you've heard a lot of the songs already. Yes, can't we all just get along? Whose jokes was I stealing? I'm a lot of things, Dustin, but a joke thief is not one of them. That would be a good comedy club. Rodney King's instead of Rodney's. Thank you, Permaseal Finishing, very much. See, I don't roast people online. You want to roast me, you're going to be on the stage with me. Who's the current joke thief? Well, I can only tell you, see, I don't watch comedy. So I can't sit there and say I have proof. I've heard, obviously Carlos Mencia. I've heard Joe Coy lifts jokes. I've heard Jeremy Piven. I mean, this is semantics, but I've heard Jeremy Piven literally will walk up to his opening act and go, "Hey, I really like that joke you do. I think I'm going to do it." That's the word on the street. Do I have proof of that? I don't, so. They say Amy Schumer was a joke thief early on. Yeah, Piven stinks. He's not a comic. He's an actor who got kicked out of Hollywood, so, hey, I'll do stand-up. Brendan Schaub style. What are you going to do? That's the business, though. That is the nature of the business. Yeah, I'm the same way, Blooper. I did too. Is Bill Burr funny? I mean, comedy is subjective. I mean, I think he's too bitter given his success. Oh shit, Wet Dog dropping some serious Earl tea there. I did take dance lessons at the Daisy on Rodeo Drive. Back then it was called cotillion. So I did indeed take cotillion at the Daisy Drive. I want to say maybe early 80s, if I'm not mistaken. So, I did indeed. All right. That was a real bop. That's Cry of the Ceiling Bird by Buddhist Priests on the new Earl Skakel album. Let's get you to one more tune from the new album, available on all streaming. Thank you very much. Let's go with Highlight Hype. This is the song Highlight Hype. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know they shot a movie in there, to be honest with you. I'm out of the loop. I would say that people see me on the show Roast Battle and they think I'm some mean-spirited comic, when I'm really quite nice, to be honest with you. Jesse Jetski, Bill Burr. Not sure. I don't think they filmed American Gigolo at the Daisy. Oh, that one scene with Bill Duke and Richard Gere. I can repeat that scene verbatim. So that's a great movie. That's one of my favorite scenes in the movie. Well, I think some people will just turn that down for a second. You know, they watch me on Roast Battle and go, "Oh, you like to bully people and you like to call people fat or old or a whore or whatever." It's like, no, that's the show. I mean, Roast Battle was really, and I should say is because it's still going on, is really nothing but skilled and well-timed bullying. So, you know, it's really, you know, I didn't necessarily like doing it, but you know, when you're 15 years into comedy at that time and you've never been on TV before, and then that show got me on Comedy Central, I think it was 5 nights and 6 days or something like that. It might have been 4 nights and 5 days. You know, that's more in that 1 week I was on TV than the previous 15 years. So, definitely Bichetti. Bichetti definitely has a bigger noggin. But I'm up there, you know, there's no doubt about that. I mean, if me and Bichetti were with JFK that day, he'd still be alive. Hey, Lucy, that's a quick joke. Bam, bing, bong, boom. So, I mean, I'm still trying to talk Brennan into having a roast of Chad at the Stand. I think that would be great. Any plans for 2048 outside of teabagging your mom? Not really. See what I did there? I'm too fast, Eric. I'm too fast. You know that. I know you're a long-time listener. I'm too fast, baby. Not if Soder was next to Oz. Is it Soder? Is he a JFK guy? Wet Dog, how do you know so much about the Daisy and that I took dance lessons there? Actually, I probably took dance lessons right around that time that scene was filmed. You know, this is for you, Wet Dog. This is on the house. Normally I charge for this, but this is Bill Duke and American Gigolo. You know, all the other boys are happy, Julian. House in the hills, dip in the pool, game of tennis, once a month tricks, and orgasm. I'm just here to tell you, as a friend, these bitches ever turn on you, you're through. They cut you out, leave you here. Now, the scene where Bill Duke gets dropped off the balcony, if you really are a freak about American Gigolo, that building is on the corner of Beverly Glen and Santa Monica Boulevard. It's called the Sterling. I only know that because I went to a gangbang there, but that's another podcast. And all gangbang stories are at least $50 in super chats. Hey, hit the like and subscribe button, will ya? I don't really do impressions, to be honest with you. Earl Skakel live in the house. No, I don't really like the band except I like the gay metal, to be honest with you. I like Joel Jimenez. He's a very funny comic. He's someone to keep an eye out for. He's very funny. Now let's see who else is live right now on the internet, on YouTube, before I go. I'd like to thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Oh, we got Chad Zumach's full set. Spurg Snake, do I have your permission to snipe this? I would like your permission. And if you say it's not cool, then I won't. I don't like to snipe. Obviously, I want you guys to get the views. Actually, forget about it. I won't snipe that because you guys do a lot of stopping and starting. You know. Yeah, but you know, it's about respect for you guys. I won't snipe. Maybe for just a minute. I was on Kill Tony 6 times. Okay. We'll just do this for a minute.
There's like one left. So that means Kmart's not even Kmart ready. So what the fuck are we talking about? Thank you for laughing. Tell everybody else. Anyways. I don't know. I was talking about word being offensive. I hate how they ruin names. They'll just take a name and they'll ruin it. Like, for example, let's take the name Karen. Is there a Karen here? Yeah. Are you Karen? Yeah. It was a good name. It was until they ruined it. They fucking ruined it. Now, Karen probably woke up one day and it was like, we love Karen. She's having a great day. Then one day she went to sleep. She woke up and she goes, what? I'm a cunt. What did I do?
That's pretty funny.
I thought you liked me yesterday. Hey, Karen, my name's Chad. I get it. We're kindred spirits. Chad, okay? We're fighting this war together. It's fine. Are you Chad too? Oh, you're gonna like this. Because after the show, I don't know, you said you had 4 kids? 3? Did you name them? No. Good, don't name your kids. Because it's gonna be like Karen and Chad, you might be raising a school shooter. So I have a movement, and I have a shirt, I take a donation, whatever you want for it. And it's a movement, you're gonna wanna wear this, because everyone's gonna talk about it.
You gotta plug the merch.
Because I hate Chad. You're gonna get one. You're gonna want this shirt. I hate Chad. It's a movement. We're gonna get rid of that name altogether. I want to stick it to my mom. If you like me, my name's Chad. Chad Zumach. If you don't, it's dancook.com. I also have We're Doing It shirts. Starsky and Hutch edition, baby. I have it all. I have every shirt except the Zumach Farmer shirt. That's paid miserably. That shirt is like, what, 15 years old at this point?
I see TVs to the left.
And I believe
All right, I don't want to, ruin the closing joke or whatever, but, this is, now Chad haters will, this guy sucks or whatever. This is a bar gig. I see like either, Spurg, are those video poker machines or TVs? Right by the stage. I see a dartboard over here. So, pinball machine and karaoke. So this is not a room that is set up for success. And I think Chad's doing fine. Now, I'm sure people, you like Chad, I would say this if this was John. You know, because I look at it from the comic lens of this is a shit bar gig. It's not going to be great. It's not going to be awful. So, there you go. No stage. I mean, the audience setup looks decent, but it looks like, is that the bar to the left? Like, I hate to feel like I'm Brennan now. Is that the bar, right? Like, there's the video machines, but like where these people are sitting, is that the bar? I mean, listen, I'm looking at it, Frank, from the lens of it's a shit bar gig, you know. So that's how I'm judging it. Now, if this was a packed, hot room at, say, the Ice House in Pasadena, which is a very famous room for, at least it was, the old Ice House when Bob Fisher owned it, like it was a kill box. You could literally go up there. You couldn't bomb if you tried to bomb. The crowds were so hot. So, because I think the crowds, people from Pasadena, Eagle Rock, Glendale, they didn't want to drive to the Comedy Store in Hollywood, battle the traffic, drive over the hill. So they would, hey, there's a comedy club in our backyard. So they were in a great mood. I mean, it's just it's a different club now because the Lakers owner owns it, and it's gotten a little urban. Yeah, is that Bruno Kirby on the pinball machine? No, I'm just kidding. So, man, we've got some real Dabbleverse all-stars in the stream. Spurk Snake in the house. Rudy Baga in the house. So, I look at this venue. I mean, any venue where, and I guess Spurg is saying there wasn't a stage, it was just like the corner of the room or whatever. I mean, listen, I think Chad did fine here. I know that's not going to be popular with you guys who don't like him, but there's a fucking dartboard right there, karaoke and video game thing there. I mean, anytime the performer can touch a dartboard from the stage, it's not a great venue. But, I personally would not play those rooms anymore. I'm not saying I'm better than comics who do play them. I won't play these type of rooms. I was offered a gig tonight. That's kind of a legendary LA room from the standpoint of it's in a Mexican restaurant, but the people are actually there for the comedy. And like they shut the TVs off and whatnot during the comedy. So, by the way, that plane crash in New York, Jesus Christ, man. I mean, I'm used to be petrified of flying. But holy fuck, man. Can you imagine? The pilots did everything right. And the air traffic control guy, you talk about bombing. I think at the end of the recording, he's like, I think I fucked up. You think? But can you imagine if you're the pilots? Like you sat there, you did everything right, and then all of a sudden you're landing. Go, I think there's a truck in front of us. Yikes. Earl Skakel in the house. We'll go to 75 minutes, so 4 more minutes. And boy, Buddhist Priest and Kip Smith are going after each other. So, well, I mean, listen, here's the thing. It's old material to the Dabbleverse people. But it's not old material to those people. So do I do some jokes I've done for years? Yeah, because, it's a new joke to the people in the room. So my schedule, Wet Dog, is, I'm wondering who you are, Wet Dog. But in some ways I don't want to know. I put my best gigs on Instagram, under my profile. It'll say next gig, Comedy Store, March 21st or whatever. So yes, I usually close out most Saturdays unless like a super famous comic is there, then unfortunately I get bumped, but I get it. So yeah, if you want to see, hey, when I'm in LA, or every now and then I'll do the road, but it's got to pay well. I was just offered a gig tonight in Seattle, but it's essentially a place like Chad is playing right now. I'm not flying to Seattle for that shit. Um, so, and it's unfortunate because the guy who offered me the gig is a really good guy. He's a newer comic and he's just trying to establish himself. He's trying to establish his room. It's like, don't use me to establish it. Call me when it's pumping and I can get paid my appropriate rate, if you know what I'm saying. So, I mean, like, this is why I don't like people getting recorded because, this is a shithole gig. And, and I love you, Spurg, but like, you guys put this on the internet and now people are going to say he sucks because, you got to understand that the crowd isn't mic'd. So even if they're laughing, where Spurg is sitting, the laughter's traveling away from Spurg and his recording. So I think a lot of people don't realize that. I did a gig. What was this place called? The Burgundy Room. And it was packed house. Now, I'm not going to lie and say I was killing. I wasn't, but I was doing pretty good. And some of the clips on YouTube, it makes it seem like there's dead silence because the person recording was, the crowd wasn't mic'd. That's why the Comedy Store clips sound so good because the crowd is recorded in multiple areas. That's why the hockey roast, that was for Channel 4 in Scottsdale. So that was beyond professionally recorded. So, yeah, but I don't want fake laughter in my clips, Like I put up all my sets, warts and all. And there are some sets where, maybe the sound's not great or I'm not killing it or whatever. But, I still put them up there because that's the life of a real fucking comic. One more minute, guys. And then I'm going to play one game of NCAA